Just want to revisit the Ollie Watkins conversation. You heard from Unai Emery talking about how difficult it was to select his starting lineup over these last couple of big games to try and maximise that performance. But I mean, we got a pretty good clue of Ollie Watkins and where his state of mind will be at. Is there a danger that you can lose a player when you leave him out of a game of such magnitude and you prefer instead a guy who's at the moment, who's here on loan in Marcus Rashford?
That's the dilemma. That's the decision he had to make. That's why I was so surprised when he did it, because you've got a player that's on a long contract. Because if Marcus Rashford doesn't end up signing, and then you've had that situation with Ollie Watkins, it can be really difficult. And it's obviously, it's a wound that's going to take a while to heal. If he wasn't the type of character, I don't know him well enough, but when I hear him talk and what he does on a match day, that were to maybe decide, I'm going to switch off, I don't want to be here anymore, you might have a problem. I just don't see it with him. But it was a risky one. And what Ollie said was, well, you know, he left me out, but we didn't win the tie. So what he was almost saying, well, really, was it worth doing that just to, you know, to upset a couple of players? But that's what the management is. You can't keep everybody happy. You've got huge squads nowadays, and Unai Emery has decided to go with a slightly different profile to what Ollie Watkins has in Marcus Rashford, who has been fantastic as well. He's been in great form, but really, I think today we've found our answer that it won't be. He's almost let off steam there enough to make us believe that it will die, it will go down, it will fall down. But I just feel you could see how upset he was.
Would a footballer, Matt, of his level, 29 years old, not at this stage of his career, want to be someone where he almost has that comfort of playing every week?
Yeah, I don't think you can ever be comfortable. As a player, you have to perform at the highest level. I think his frustration will be that he's a top goal scorer. The club have brought in Marcus Rashford for competition, and that's what's been created. I'm sure when the manager signed Marcus Rashford, he would have known that there's going to be a dilemma at some stage in the run-in. But as he's just said there in his interview, they've got so many games. They've got high-level games that they're going to need Rashford and Watkins at their absolute best. And the manager, for me, has played it to a T today, because he's got Ollie Watkins at full tilt.
But if he did leave, do you think there would be plenty of options for him if he decided he didn't want to be at Aston Villa anymore?
I think what he's done in his career is pathway from the lower leagues. You can see now he's not stopped. He's still really ambitious. He wants to play every week. He wants to score goals. He's hungry. He's unique, in my opinion, in the Premier League. There's not many strikers like him anymore that run the channel like he does. I think he's a real threat, and I'm sure there'll be many takers.
There will be a rift between them right now, and I'm sure that every time they walk around that training ground, there's not that normal, happy-go-lucky relationship between the manager and player. But I've seen that happen a lot, and it can change. And I think it's up to, you know, the manager and the player just to go, OK, that's done now. Let's just get on with it. We've got a common thing. We want to get into the Champions League again. We want to have those big nights. But Ollie did something tonight that was very special. He showed that you've just got to have a great attitude when we suffer a bit of adversity, and that's what I enjoyed about his performance.